We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
Donald Trump has been on a spree of sending the National Guard to several cities. He says he wants to control crime rate, but things have flared up. His move to send National Guard has not gone down well with the public. He's planning to send federal troops to Chicago, Baltimore, and Portland.
You know, that was not on my list, Portland, but when I watched television last night, this has been going on. You wouldn't be standing if you were the mayor. You would be. Can you imagine what they're doing? They're walking in throwing smoke bombs into stores. These are paid terrorists, okay? These are paid agitators.
When Trump sent the National Guard troops to Los Angeles in June, a federal judge ruled that the Trump administration willfully broke federal law. And as he prepares to send troops to Chicago and Maryland, there's resistance.
The president is begging me to call him to ask him to do something that we don't want. He wants me to call him and ask him to call in National Guard to the city of Chicago. We don't want it. So that's why I'm not calling the president. I have been very clear about what we do want. What we do want is civilian law enforcement assistance. We want to make sure that we have enough FBI, ATF, DEA on the ground. We have some already, as you know. They do really good work, working in tandem with state police, working in tandem with Chicago Police Department. But we can use more. We can interdict more drugs and more guns that are coming across the border into the city, into the state of Illinois. And there's more work that we can do to make sure that we're fighting crime with, again, civilian law enforcement. And I've been very clear about that. The president wants me to call him about National Guard. I'm not going to do that.
Chicago is not the narrative that people try and paint it as. And so hearing Trump try and use the city to distract from the issues and problems that everyone around the country is facing that he should be doing something about is really disheartening. And I feel the need to, get out of my house, hit the streets, and let people know that we're not going to stand for that and we're going to protect our neighbors.
There's been an argument that there are several other states with crime rate higher than Chicago, and that Trump is only targeting the blue states. But Trump has other ideas, it seems.
Why? Let me ask you. Yeah. Really higher than Chicago? You're not? Excuse me. Do you know how many people were killed in Chicago last weekend? 8. You know how many people were killed in Chicago the week before? 7. You know how many people were wounded? 74 people were wounded. You think there's worse than that? I don't think so.
But here's what the data says. Chicago ranked 37th in homicide rate in 2024 for cities larger than 50,000 residents in the United States. For cities with more than 100,000 residents, it is placed 14th. The 4 cities of populations larger than 100,000 with the highest murder rates in 2024 are Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama, St. Louis, Missouri, and Memphis, Tennessee, all of them being Republican states. Both Chicago and Baltimore implemented or expanded anti-violence programs in 2022 using American Rescue Plan funding, much of which has been cut under Trump. Baltimore's homicide rate has fallen about 40% since 2020, and in 2025 is pacing a 50-year low to date. When Trump deployed troops in Washington, D.C., the public sentiment was not in his favor.
This is our home. We need to fight, and we need to resist, and we don't need the National Guard or ICE, especially on our street and our neighborhood, and it's happening our home, so we need to raise our voice.
Anti-Trump protests have been the norm in the United States of late. People have taken to the streets to express dissatisfaction in the way Trump has been handling the issue. So the question remains, is Donald Trump really fighting crime, or is he just executing his political agenda?